What's up guys, and thank you for stopping by the channel. Today's project is this Craftsman walk behind string trimmer, and the problem is that it was put up for winter 7 months ago and now it won't start. Let's see if we can find out what the problem is and hopefully fix it. In this video we repair this walk behind, but it may not be the fix you need to get yours working. We'll talk about other possibilities later in the video. Now, we do have some history on this trimmer. It was working just fine last year and was put up working, so it's highly unlikely that there's a problem with the engine. This carburetor has an automatic choke, so there's no priming, just pulling to get it started. If we look at the carburetor opening, we can see the white flap, which is the choke flap. Now, it needs to be closed, which it is in this case, so that's not our problem. If it were open though, the carburetor would not get enough gas to actually start. Fortunately for us, it came to us with gas in the tank, which gives us the opportunity to try and start it and examine the gas. Well, of course it didn't start. So let's put some gas into the carburetor throat and try starting it again. If it runs for a second, then we know it's a carburetor problem. Well, luckily it started, but I want to try that again. There is a chance that we can clear the carburetor by getting it to run a few times. Well, unfortunately, it did not start, so there's a chance, though, that the gas in the tank could be the problem. Let's drain the tank and see what it looks like. And what we're looking for is discoloration or possibly even water in the gas. Well, the gasoline looks like it's in great shape. The color is perfect and there's no water either. So now we'll have to take the carburetor off and inspect it. First, start off by removing the bolts that hold the air filter base to the carburetor. And once they're off, we can now carefully remove the plastic base. There is an emissions tube connected to the base, but it will easily slip off. Before removing the carburetor, we need to disconnect the fuel line and the choke linkage as well. The linkage simply snaps off the carburetor, but you still have to be careful though, since most everything on this carburetor is made out of plastic. And once that's done, simply maneuver the carburetor out of the engine and slide it off the governor linkage. Okay, I see a problem. The O-ring has come off the back of the carburetor outlet along with its keeper. Well, it's a good thing I found them. The keeper is still on the intake tube and the O-ring has fallen on top of the deck. And before we go any further, let's replace them onto the carburetor so we don't forget to do it later on. Otherwise, the engine will not start. To inspect the carburetor, we need to remove the 2 bowl screws and then carefully remove the bowl. And once the bowl is off, we can see that there's no dirt or debris, which is pretty good. So the parts we're interested in, though, is the white plastic part in the middle. Now, this is very important. Very carefully pry up on the plastic part and remove it from the rest of the carburetor. And after looking at the assembly, the 3 holes at the top are all clear. So the problem is where the brass jet is at the bottom. The jet sits in the gas most of the time, so during storage, a blockage is most likely to happen here first. So to clear the jet, we need to use a small diameter wire to dislodge the blockage. Now, if you want to use pressurized air or carb cleaner, that'll be fine too. Well, I hate to say it, that was probably one of the toughest jets I've ever had to clear. Now, to be thorough with the cleaning, I am going to take the assembly apart to see if there are any other issues. This part is very fragile, so if you decide to do this, be very careful. Well, fortunately for us, this looks to be clean as well, so I'll just put it back together. If yours, however, is dirty, use carburetor cleaner and the wire from earlier to clear the holes. Now, the plastic part only goes in one way, so if you're pushing really hard and it's not going anywhere, just turn it around. And once it clicks into place, replace the bowl, the screws, and then reinstall the carburetor back onto the engine. So other possibilities as why this engine may not be starting is the choke system. It's convenient not to have to prime the carburetor, but if the choke system fails, then it simply will not start. Now don't forget to reconnect the choke linkage, otherwise the engine won't start. It simply snaps back into place. And finally, replace the fuel line, the air filter base, its screws, and the air filter and its cover. And yet another possibility as to why your trimmer may not be starting is basic maintenance. If you don't change your oil frequently, then it will wear sooner, probably to a point where it may not start. Let's put the gas that we took out of it earlier back into the tank and try starting it. Well, fortunately for us, we got it running again. And I'm not sure why, but these plastic carburetors are really prone to clogging up. It's best to run these dry before putting them up for the winter. So my question to you is, would you buy a piece of equipment that has one of these plastic carburetors on them? Or would it even matter to you? I'm really interested in your opinion. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Please feel free to ask any questions, and I hope to see you in my next